Nah, what's up, sexies? Happy Tuesday. Man, doing it again, huh? So, let's talk about observation. As you clearly can sit at the park and see happiness, love, the endorphins flowing, free spirits. Kids have way too much fun at this. But as adults, we don't see it that way. Our observations have changed. And it's a sad fact that things have gone so far awry that we can't even see anymore. You know, there's a lot of observations that can be simplified if we just use our intuition instead of trying to make sense of what we already know is true, trying to answer questions for others, trying to apply situations that we know what the outcome inevitably is. Our observations, the simplest form of any of the senses. We can see it. We know how it is, right? It's not as simple as just seeing it, though. Observation takes intuition. It takes the ability to put the pieces together to see a picture for what it is. For instance, we have this book. We in these groups. We have fun. Ain't nothing wrong with that. However, you wake up to 14 unwarranted messages in your inbox, and how quickly someone tells you one thing, then another, then it leads to pictures, as they were going to stimulate your mind or tell you how they are. Please. But as soon as you deny them this simple observation you had of them just wanting to exchange pics, then they turn their convictions to you. You tease, you this, you that. Hold up. You're the one that came in here with your chest all out on D's, thinking that you was something. But now that I don't oblige you, because my observations are clear of exactly what it is you want, it's my fault now? Let's apply this to life. Simple observations. You see things at the playground. Kids don't see eye to eye, so sometimes they settle it with rocks. It is what it is. We were all kids. But observations easily misconstrued even by children. And it's just like that we choose not to see when we walk into things. We choose to think that for some reason we are superior, that somehow we're better. You know, and girls do the same things with inbox. If you don't believe me, I got a whole list I can show you. But stimulation, the difference in observation with interpretation, you see through this. You see through the clowns. You see through the simple everyday things. This goes as far as work or, you know, even simply being at the park. People who are happy, you know, it's not always easily seen, because they say that sometimes people who smile the most actually cry the most. You know, there's a lot of things that are unwarranted. There's a lot of masks that people choose to wear. So our observations need to come with intuition, because just because we see something in a certain light doesn't mean it's anything like that. So many of us understand that someone may have it better because they're in this situation, because they've got more stuff. Not necessarily the case. Like I said, I've been around the block. I've seen a lot of poverty-stricken areas, and I've kicked it in the rich neighborhoods. I can see the difference because I use my intuition along with my observation. They don't strike you as those types of people. Some easily convict with words. Some are easily seen through. However, these good hearts, these good people, a lot of them back down because they lack the courage. They may contain the observation and the intuition to be true to themselves, to be right, but they choose not to be present because their observations have led them down other roads in the past. So it comes with intuition. As long as we continue to feed the beast will continue to eat. We'll continue to have these people and these problems and all this crap because none of us want to stand up and say anything. Even though we observe clearly and then we apply the intuition to know exactly what the desired point is, we choose to be quiet. We choose to not observe. We choose to totally walk away. And now we leave the next victim in their wake, the next person. The mind will haunt you, along with your consciousness. These simple observations, these simple interpretations of things need to be applied to people for whatever reason or whatever case. Because knowing you've been beat haunts your mind. If you don't believe me, dig into your past. Think of the battles that you've lost and how it haunts you. I'm not saying to go out here and start a war. All I'm saying is a few simple words. Doesn't have to be what you think it should be, but just enough to change someone's intuition, to change their observation of themselves, goes a long way. You find people out here in the dark all the time. People who think that they excel at life when all they do is bring everybody else back down to their pace because they can't keep up with the rest of us. They lack the intuition. They lack the observation to see what's truly in front of them. Some be hindered by other opiates, but at the same time, you blind yourself too. Our gut tells us a lot of stuff, but at the same time, we want to believe what the eyes see. And what's even sadder about that is 90% of them don't even put in enough action, don't even give you enough reason to believe what you truly see. Words are everywhere. You can find them in any book, along any billboard on the highway. But it doesn't necessarily do anything, does it? It's not about the words. It's about the action. It's about the observation. However, you got to apply your intuition to it. When you know you're good, you're good. But you got to trust yourself. You can't just continue to scrape along and walk away from situations. Sometimes you got to put out some words. Again, not to be poisonous, but to make other people drink their own. Love you guys. The observation is as simple as what's in front of you. However, you must apply the intellect to interpret what you're truly seeing. If it is what it is, or if it's a total fake, like 98% of them out there. Love you guys. Y'all stay up and stay beautiful. And as always, I'll see you around.